I want to share with you a personal story of when I myself was in Gaza as a child. Yeah, it was in the early 1990s. I was a little kid. We went to Gaza. I was living in Jerusalem at the time. We took the bus to Gaza, probably 2 hour ride, something like that. Not a big deal. I remember going into Gaza, looking outside the window of the bus we went in, seeing children just like me, seeing adults, markets, people. Nothing too intense, nothing noteworthy. I saw them, they saw me. I saw the carts being pulled by horses, by donkeys, people trying to sell their merchandise. We then spent the Shabbat with the Jewish community of what was then called Gush Katif, which were Jewish towns inside Gaza. And believe it or not, before Shabbat began, we went on a trip on the dunes of Gaza. Beautiful dunes, sand. You were able to, it's like going sledding except on sand. And then we spent Shabbat in Gush Katif. Now, once we finished the Saturday Shabbat meal, we went outside and we took a walk through Gaza. We saw mosques, homes, backyards, peaceful, nice. Everything was lovely. Now, fast forward to this day, there's no question that if someone Jewish, looking Jewish, or anyone Israeli would walk through Gaza, their life would either end instantly or it would be prolonged because they would be taken hostage. What happened? Why is it that when I was a child, I was able to go to Gaza for Shabbat? People did not seem like they had major objections to me being there. And today, you can't do it. Today, I could not walk through Gaza for 30, 40 seconds and remain alive. What is it that turned Gaza into such a horrifying cesspool of hate and violence and racism and anti-Semitism? What happened? I asked this question to myself. I went there as a kid. I was there, 6, 7 years old, walking through, no problems. What happened? Why is it that today I cannot walk through Gaza? I'll tell you the answer. The answer is because of the concept of Palestinian nationalism. What happened is that Israel invited Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, and they said, here's an autonomy. You will self-govern, and self-governance for you is going to mean no Israelis. Later on, there was even a Gaza disengagement in 2004, 2005. Israel pulled out every single town, every Jewish town, and the Palestinians in Gaza held elections where they voted for Hamas. The second that happened, Gaza spiraled down a path of extremism, destruction, poverty, and hate. And so looking forward, you ask yourself, what's the future for Gaza? The answer is uproot Palestinian nationalism, uproot any hope for them to overtake Israel, return to Israel, or achieve any kind of independence that is militant. No independent military, not a single gun, pistol, or anything, and remind them of their days where they just focused on living peacefully, earning a living, raising communities, and changing the education to hate. The second you had UNRWA schools, the second you had Palestinian nationalism, the second you had the hope that they would one day come to Israel and retake Israel and undo what happened in 1948, that's when it went down path, and that's when everything was destroyed. So my hope for the people of Gaza is that they achieve peace, that they find peace. My hope for me and for others is that we get to come visit one day a happy and prosperous and peaceful Gaza that is not racist or anti-Semitic, that will see a kippah on my head and let me walk through the streets without being violent against me or doing anything. That's my hope for the people of Gaza, but it cannot happen unless the education is changed, unless Palestinian nationalism is uprooted, and unless UNRWA schools are closed and we have an educational system that teaches tolerance and not hate.